version of mono white hammer. I've seen as many as 4 being played in the main deck. As the protection, he has Paradise Mantle, which I haven't seen that one. I could be behind the Hammer Times because I mostly ignore this deck.
So
the names are currently wrong.
Yeah, we got to get that updated.
We'll get those updated. So the player on the left of your screen is Travis Brown, playing mono white hammer.
Wait, no, that's the guy
Isn't
who
it?
was playing Creativity earlier.
I'm really lost right now.
Okay.
Hold on. So Jun Creativity is correct, right? Creativity's right. Chaz Alexander.
Okay.
And he's playing against Scam, right?
I guess it's hammer time. Yeah, okay.
We'll get it figured out.
4. All right, so Travis Brown on Hammer is going to be playing against Azorius Control because this is Jun Creativity versus Scam because we had him.
Okay.
We had Corey White on the right-hand side here. Corey White was playing Scam when we had the judge call against Belcher at the beginning. It's Corey White, who is number 7 in top 8 against Chaz Alexander is number 6. Chaz will be on the play here.
Oh, so it's actually on our other semifinals is Hammer Time versus Blue White
Hammer
Control.
Time versus Blue White Control.
Well, they deserve each other. So.
I've kept Hammer off the screen again. I have accomplished my goal. You may get to see Hammer in the finals. We'll see. Give us the Solitude decks. So our Blue-White player really needed like a couple minute break after that grueling top 8 match. So that's why we started on this one. I believe that other match is waiting for us, or did they start?
No, they're going to start.
Okay, so they went ahead and started. Probably a good idea.
I'm sure we will still get to see some of that matchup.
What? Yeah. Why the hate for Scam and Hammer? Okay, here's why the hate for Scam and Hammer. For me, if I try to scam, it's always a scam on me. And our Belcher player said the same thing. You would like do the little thing and then you'd dirtle and you'd end up dying. And that's the way it always treated me too. That's why I much prefer the normal mid-range style Rakdos. And as for Hammer, my guess would be that my brain is too small to understand all of the things that you can do with Hammer. But I'm just not an aggro white weenie type of person.
Corey starting the scam train now.
We'll start with the grief. Chaz,
I love that you get to resolve the grief
before you have to ephemerate.
Before you decide if you're gonna persist it or not, or
you can mess those triggers up on Moto.
Oh sure, yeah.
But in person, you're like, no, I meant to do it this way. This is the way it's supposed to happen.
So the first
Scam
one
gives you nothing but grief. Good jokes. Good jokes.
First one, he's looking at the fatal push. It's like a creativity, a Boseiju, a persist,
A lightning bolt and a land.
Do you have to take the lightning bolt first? Because you just
Yeah, I think you have to take the bolt.
Yeah, because you bolt the grief in response to the Undying Evil, or whichever one. Oh, didn't go. We didn't go for it.
Didn't even have it. Just
cool. All right. Well, we don't want to see lightning bolt.
For those asking, and yes, there is love for Belcher because it's cool. It's off the beaten path. Corey White passing back to Chaz Alexander. Chaz draws for turn. There was at least one more land in that hand that Corey White got to look at just a moment ago. It's Blood Crypt. Chaz going to take 2. And Thoughtseize is a good draw. Blood Moon on the Corey White side. We talked earlier about how Corey was running 2 of them in his main deck.
Did Corey keep a 1-land hand?
Corey did keep a 1-land hand with Grief and Ragavan and Fatal Push.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Brave man. He believes in the scam.
Was that a 7 card hand too?
Yeah, I believe so.
Wow. All right.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah.
Man, you keep a 1-lander and you don't lead with
Ragavan.
With Ragavan?
So I think the idea was protect the Ragavan.
Sure.
I want to take the removal for Ragavan. He then saw that Chaz had double removal for Ragavan and was like, oh no, I may have made a mistake.
Oh
no. So Blood Moon, a lot less impactful when your opponent knows it's coming.
Yeah.
But notably, Chaz does not have a way to get green mana currently Or was there a Boseiju already in hand?
I think I saw.
So you could make green mana, but that doesn't really help for the Blood Moon side.
There's the Ragavan.
We're gonna, I assume, see a mountain or a swamp gotten here. Another thing worth checking is how many basics this Jund creativity list runs.
Yeah, they don't care about Blood Moon. Corey's stuck on one land.
Yeah, you still got to worry about it.
I don't know. Well, Chaz is not worried about it.
No.
He goes and gets a trial.
He can't be worried about it. His only basic is a mountain.
Well,
so,
and I mean, as long as you leave up the Boseiju if it's
Yeah.
coming, it's
Yep.
fine. Here's a fetch. You can end up with a
Yeah.
basic off that if you really want.
no, this the only basic in the deck is the mountain, and there's no point to getting one of those. So
Most
you just have to
likely-
know the Boseiju's available for when you need it.
So we're going to see a Fatal Push on the opposing Ragavan. And I think Chaz... Oh, it looked like... Does Chaz even play Ragavan? No. I was like, it looks like...
In creativity, no.
It looks like they drew a Ragavan. Yeah, it wouldn't be great. I'm the kind of person who's like, oh, you know what would be good in this deck? Ragavan. And then I would creativity into it and be very upset.
I think what you saw was maybe Bitter Reunion.
That's okay, yeah.
Seems like Scam is getting scammed. You're not wrong. Rakdos here with finding a second land and a Dothi Voidwalker. So the Swiss tournament was not open deckless, but it is open deckless once we got to the top 8. They both got to see each other's decks before we started. And you can find all the deck lists on MTG Melee, who is one of our sponsors. Chaz taking a long time to think about his line of play here, and just passes back to Corey White. Worried about getting Blood Mooned, maybe. You gotta...
Well, you've got the Boseiju to take care of it.
You do, but you have to have the mana open.
Yeah.
So it's not like Chaz could tap out, pass, and then get Blood Mooned right out of the game.
Decides not to fetch. Looks like they drew a forest, possibly.
No.
No, okay. I can't tell what any cards in Chaz's hand are. They're all alternate art. It's
They
it
are
definitely
all
looked like a
different.
land, that's for sure. But
It
I guess
did
it
look
was
like
not.
a land. I'm trying to figure out what it is.
Oh, it's Terminate. Okay.
Okay. Yep, that is not the art I'm used to on Terminate. Corey passing, still missing his third land, or just faking it, hoping to catch Chaz Alexander with a Blood Moon
Yeah.
when the time is right.
Bitter Reunion may be the play here. Is it Bitter Reunion?
Oh yeah, it is Bitter Reunion.
Bitter Reunion, yeah. Got a persistent hand. Nope, decides to pass.
Yeah, Bitter Reunion, great card.
Yeah.
Discard a card, draw 2, and then also giving haste to your Archons or your
Giving
Fable.
Archon haste is almost game over. Okay.
Those are just really beautiful dice in the middle there.
Corey
All right.
White going to pitch Terminate to evoke the grief.
And we're looking at double Bitter Reunion, the Boseiju that can't be taken, a Persist, and Creativity, which is the choice.
Wow, both players just kind of not doing a lot.
And we're going to get a Dash Dragavan here.
All right.
To get the third mana to cast this Blood Moon.
All right. Reveals.
Renin 6.
six.
Ooh, lucky your opponent can't play that one right
Yeah,
away.
it'd be pretty
Goodness.
brutal.
That's the card that Chaz really wanted to draw right there, too, because he would have paid 2, gotten a land back, had 2 lands up for Boseiju, and been able to advance his board.
Does draw another land.
We don't have updates on the other match because we are here giving you feedback. If I get an update, I'll let you know.
All right. Finally, we're going to cast one of these Bitter Reunions.
Discard the other one, or discard the Persist? Discards the other one. All right. Got to play the land that's untapped in case you get Blood Mooned. Chaz isn't worried about Blood Moon, but it has impacted the way he has had to play these turns for multiple turns. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
Corey hasn't been able to take advantage because he has no pressure.
Yeah. Well, now Chaz can just fetch a basic force, and it won't matter.
Chaz is not playing Basic Force. That's the problem.
Oh, I see. Well, they couldn't have fetched for it
No.
before anyway because it was a blue-red fetch. so-
Chaz's only out
Okay.
is to leave up Boseiju,
I see. Oh, does he
which
play
is what he has had
is
to
it
do.
zero
He plays
basics?
0 non-mountain basics. He has
Oh,
1
okay.
mountain in his deck.
Gotcha.
So he is he is cold to Blood Moon if he
Yeah.
can't blow it up that turn.
All right, gets a stomping ground. I mean, maybe Corey just never casts it. I think it's a worse stranglehold on Chaz than if
Oh,
you do.
absolutely. You're just making him leave up 2 mana the whole time.
Oh, nice. Fetch, kill your Ragavan. Dwarven Mine is such a sweet card.
It is. So the treasure's now gone on Corey's side? Oh, because he played the second Ragavan after dashing the first, maybe?
I have no idea.
I was busy reading chat at the time.
Wow. What a
Poor
weird
Corey,
game.
just stuck on lands, has Fable in hand now as well, along with that Blood Moon. Chaz has been constrained, but this Wrenn and 6 will allow him to make a land drop every turn from
Yeah.
here if it's not answered immediately. And if having to leave 2 mana up is not so bad if you're making every single land drop. Oh, it was Thoughtseize plus the dash on Rag, you're right.
All right.
Good catch, chat.
Corey does find a third land.
Sometimes you're great, chat.
I believe this will probably be a Fable.
Yeah, I don't think you can go for the Blood Moon knowing it's just immediately going
It's
to
a
get blown
wasted
up.
turn. Yeah.
And it means your opponent no longer has to leave mana up. But maybe the 4th mana means a lot and you actually just want it to get blown up. I assume it'll be Fable. You can't play a Seasoned Pyromancer
can't
off
cast
of
that one.
double swamp, right? Is that a mountain? No, that's
Nope,
a swamp.
no. It's 2 swamps and a Blood Crypt.
Okay.
Fable
There
it
we go.
is. Just like I predicted.
Just like you predicted. Just like you drew it up.
All right. Let's see if Chaz wants to do anything here.
For those asking, no, he had not already played a land. He had played every land that he had drawn minus the Paseju. His draw for turn was Wrenn and 6, and that was his play for turn. Judge is asking a question here.
Yeah, not sure what the confusion is.
Get it sorted out in just a second. Looks like the judge is happy with where they are, and we're going to keep going here. Chaz untapping. Oh, sorry, you can hear me tapping on the table. A lot of stuff we're trying to keep track of. We had to change our mic system after round 2 yesterday when one of our mics died. If you were here yesterday, round 2 was interesting, to say the least, with lag issues and mic issues. Fatal Push there to remove the token. Paseju is now going to destroy the Fable.
Does get a land.
Gets a land.
And then Chaz will get it back with the...
Ren will pick it back up. There is the second red. He needs to cast that Pyromancer from last turn.
Chaz just trying to help out as much as he can.
Yeah. Good guy, Chaz.
Another Dwarven Mine.
Make a token. In all this, he still hasn't found an Archon. He had the one Indomitable Creativity early in the game.
He can just cast Archon
Yeah,
now.
he just cast it now. I don't know if he has enough black sources, but he probably does.
All right, Corey going with the Pyromancer this time. Discarding a Void Walker and a Blood Moon.
And the Blood Moon. All right, so this is the bait, right? Now you get him to tap out. You have the second one in hand, and you lock him off.
Make a couple elementals, draw a couple cards.
Yeah, for those asking why not play the Blood Moon, his opponent has had a Paseju in hand since turn 1. Corey has known this from a Thoughtseize on turn 1, and Chaz has played in such a way as to never tap off of the Boseiju activation. So Corey has never had a chance to slam the Blood Moon, and Corey knows that he's not going to get that chance now with the Wrenn and 6 Boseiju lock.
I think Chaz has drew Archon. And it will have haste because of the Bit of Reunion. This will probably be close to the end of the game.
Should be. I think Corey's just holding 2 cards, having to get rid of both of those cards.
Yeah, gonna fetch. Like, as Chaz will need to find 1 more mana to give it haste.
Mm-hmm. Loren can get him another land to play for turn.
Yep. Yep, we'll go ahead and do that. Not now. Thought about it.
Just going to play the Boseiju now? Oh, he's just been holding
Just has
another
another
land.
one. Oh, no, is it only 7? Is it only
He tapped 8 mana.
He did tap
Archon's
8
8. Is it 8?
Oh. No, it's 7.
No, it's 8. 6
Oh,
and 2
6,
black.
8?
Yeah.
All right. So it will not be getting haste.
All right, but this is the moment we can get him with Blood Moon.
Yeah.
He tapped out, finally.
I mean, there's an Archon in play. But,
I would assume this game is all but over. The Scam deck does have Terminates. There are outs in the deck. Corey did just draw 2 brand new cards.
is Bit of Reunion really a modern staple?
I don't know that it's a modern staple.
I guess it's probably is now, but it definitely was not in the earlier versions of Jund Creativity. Terminate for the Archon.
Terminate for the Archon. Corey lives to fight on. 3 damage coming at Chaz. They're both going to get blocked. Chaz not going to take any chance of getting into bolt range.
No, definitely not.
Chaz still sitting with Creativity in hand now. Did he draw that last turn? Oh, he drew the Archon last turn.
Yeah, do the Archon last
Maybe
turn.
it's a different red card. Has Fable here. Fable's going to make a token. If it is Creativity, I assume we'll see the Creativity cast right now.
Yeah, and then we would have enough to be able to give it haste this time.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely see a Creativity.
Land for turn. Chaz life total, no fear. Go into 5. He's going to have to... Oh, yeah, another Dwarven. He'll get to get double Archon and give them haste here. Has enough mana to do that this time. And we'll be going on to Game 2 in just a moment. Yeah, you're right. He drew the Creativity off Archon.
Yeah. Oh, has a response for one of the targets.
Okay. That was smart of Chaz not to go to 3. Oh, removal for both. Oh no, that's an Undying.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's Undying Malice, right?
It's one of those. It's one of the 1 mana Undying cards.
Might be Feign Death instead.
Looks like it is. Yeah, Feign Death.
Yeah.
Come on, David. Don't you know all of the modern staples?
You know, even if I did, I have seen so many different versions of cards this weekend.
That's true.
And sometimes incredibly hard to read from our cameras.
Yeah, at least that one is the same artwork as our what we're going off of.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess he's Feign Death in the Pyromancers. When the Archon comes into play, he'll sacrifice it. It'll come back into play.
Sure. Draw a couple cards.
Okay. Sacrifice Pyromancer.
Comes back into play. Sorting out the timing and the
Yeah.
order of things, I think. Or probably for when it comes into play and draw and when the discard happens.
Yeah.
Trigger on that shouldn't resolve until after the discard has gone off. So yeah, the discard part is second. but the trigger from the Seasoned Pyromancer won't resolve mid of another
Right.
trigger.
Yeah,
it resolves
exactly.
when the stack gets cleared. So yeah, drawing 2. Haste doesn't get the win here, right? It's 9. Oh, I guess it was enough. I thought the Ren pings for the last point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there we
Ren
go.
can just pick one.
And that's it. Chaz, Alexander, and Jung Creativity takes down Corey White in game 1, and we'll be looking at sideboard options in just a second. The big one in the creativity sideboard that we might see is Veil of Summer. Veil of Summer, obviously, the best card to cast against the Thoughtseize.
Or Grief.
Or Grief. Sarah's Emissary might come in this matchup just because if you take away instants, you can't kill any of the creatures.
Yeah.
And you can't get bolted. And
Yeah.
so, possibility. Collective Brutality allows you to go after their hand disruption with some of your own, but it is slower than what you're going against. After seeing Blood Moon in the main deck, I'm bringing in the other Beseju just for safety.
100%.
And then in a deck that's using Undying Malice and stuff like that, like it's weird to think about, but Leyline of the Void might actually be a decent card. I don't think I would bring it in here, but Graveyard Hate is an option.
If you had something like Hearst, maybe,
Yeah.
but Leyline seems like a bit much. It's such a terrible draw mid-game.
On the other side, Scam has Engineered Explosives, which you can set up and hold off creativity by threatening to blow up their tokens when they go for it. Obnixilus, which is not for this matchup. Unlicensed Hearst themselves to shut off the Persist side of the Archon. Raise the Effigy. Fatal Push. Hidetsu consumes all of their own. Magus of the Moon to go there as well. Orvar, which we'll probably see. We may get to finally see Orvar do what it's supposed to do.
This is where it's coming in, right?
We've talked about the card all weekend, but we've had so few creativity up here at the top tables that we haven't seen Orvar do its thing. And then obviously Surgical Extraction as well. We may have an update on the other match where Blue, White, and Hammer are playing in just a moment. That was pretty long and in-depth game 1.
It definitely was.
Take a second here while they're still sideboarding. Once again, to give a special thanks to Generation X Games and Comics, Darkhound Game Center, Card Monster Games, Common Ground Games, Area 51 Collectibles, Playball Sports and Memorabilia, Laughing Dragon Games, Card Cash, Nerd Hall of Games.
And if you want to buy, sell, or trade your cards but don't know where to start, Card Monster Games is the vendor offering the best selection and prices.
I'm definitely going to check it out.
Yeah.
I haven't been in person. I'm going to check it out. I just got told that Hammer Time took game 1 from Blue-White Control.
Okay.
And so both matches are moving into game 2. Creativity is up here 1-0, and Hammer Time up on Blue-White. The Hammer Time truthers in chat, hoping to see Hammer finally get on screen.
If this match finishes before the other one, we will switch and we will get to watch the end of our other semifinal match as well.
It seemed likely at the beginning with how long the last match for Blue White took.
Yeah.
But they're running along at the same speed right now.
Yeah, the Rakdos Scam versus Creativity it seems super
Complicated.
grindy. They're both playing hand disruption. They both have interaction. The Gen Creativity deck is trying to find a moment to go off. So I think a lot of the time Scam is favored because they don't really need to go off. They just want to stop you and then get their own value threats in play. But as we saw, actually, you know, the game is probably going to go long enough, like we saw, to cast the 8-mana just hard cast
an Archon.
So.
Yeah, Scam's best draw is like in most matchups is Grief on turn 1 with an Undying Malice or one of those to clear the way and then get the damage in and close the door as quick as possible. Fury, less important in this matchup, but it does clean up the tokens for you, but it also presents your biggest clock. Just playing a 3/3 with Double Strike on turn 1 is an incredibly fast clock against a deck that's got a bunch of fetches. It's 3 turns.
Engineered Explosives actually seems pretty good, but the creativity decks have moved to playing a full 4 persist. So they're coming at you from a couple different angles. It's not all about creativity. They can just go the graveyard route.
Looks like Corey unhappy with his opening 7. Gonna go back for a better one. Hopefully we just get the one mulligan. Seeing people mulligan multiple times on camera, always heartbreaking, especially in a top 4 situation. Chaz with the cut. We'll see if Corey likes this 7 better. I just got to say again, I love that champion mat. That's just...
That is sweet.
It's beautiful. The top 8 one's really nice too, but I don't know, the blue and the gold together on the champions mat, A+.
Yeah, mulliganing is pretty rough in a hand disruption mirror, but looks like Corey was able to keep 6. Blood Crypt, paying 2 life. And it looks like we're going to have Fury.
We're just going for the aggro like I talked about.
We're going for the clock.
Just going to go for it.
Now, it will be a 2/2, right? So it's only going to be swinging for 4.
Which one was it? Undying Evil? Or Undying?
I believe so. Yes.
So this is a +1/+1
counter. This one's a +1/+1.
That's a 4/4.
Oh, excuse me. That is much better. Okay.
So you can find all the deck lists at the following link. So just sort by standings, and you can look at all the deck lists right there. Yeah, swings for 8. This
pretty solid.
Quick.
This is the scam portion.
Just getting scammed. How dare the commentator not know Undying versus Persist off of a card you could barely see? How dare you?
How dare you? Well, Persist is 2 mana. Does the other one give a -1/-1 counter?
So we had Undying Malice, which is the one that was cast as +1/+1.
Yeah, Feign Death.
Feign Death, also +1/+1.
Oh, so Persist just reanimates and gets -1/-1.
Undying Evil, also +1/+1.
So
they're all +1.
All the 1 mana ones are +1/+1. Okay.
A Voidwalker here as well.
Man.
Which one of the quickest ways for creativity to have gotten out of this is discard an Archon this turn to Bitter Reunion and then persist it the next turn, but that's no longer an option.
Man, black-red combo deck.
Shutting it down. No, the other match is still ongoing. Hammer Time is up a game.
Lightning Bolts.
Lightning Bolt not big enough to kill a 4/4.
Kill the 4/4. All right, so Corey has got Chaz on a 1-turn clock. See if he's got anything else. Maybe a Thoughtseize or something to shore this up. Chaz down to 4. Pass the turn.
He has nothing else because Scam never has anything else.
They do the one thing and hope for the best.
And you hope for the best. Chaz may be looking to make a chump blocker here. All right, so we're going to look at distraction.
Maybe they'll attack the Planeswalker.
Well, he's going to fetch
a dwarf.
A dwarf.
Yeah.
The question is, does Corey have a removal spell? And if so, we're moving on.
Oh, wait, no, you have to have 3 other mountains. So you can't get a dwarf.
No, so when Dwarven Mine enters the battlefield, you get the 1/1, but it comes into play tapped unless you have 3 other mountains.
So you only get the 1/1 if it comes into play untapped.
Oh, yeah, untapped. Yeah, you didn't have the mountains. You're right. And that's that. The scam deck scammed.
Yeah.
4/4, double strike, turn 1. And Corey White evens it up.
All right. Well, that is the best scam I have seen from the Rakdos scam deck all weekend.
Absolutely. You know, unsurprisingly, Chad, I can't read the cards from where they are. I have to go to a little screen, and then I have to pull them up, and I have to verify if my knowledge there is correct. But But if you want better commentators, I'm going to give you a goal for next year. I want you all to go tweet at your favorite modern content creators, Aspiring Spike, anybody else that you like, and tell them you want them to come commentate next year. Because they'll know Modern better than Hal and I. And we would love to have the support of their communities behind our big event. I know Spike is here every year and supports what we do. But I would love to see any of your favorite creators here as commentators next year and helping us do what we do and raising awareness around this event. The Hunter Burton is near and dear to my heart as someone who knew Hunter in my younger years. And this event is the most important and most enjoyable event that I do every year. We're getting some Hal sounds like Brad Nelson's in the chat, and I don't believe that, but
I don't think so. Oh, man.
Chat, I have bad news.
We have an update.
I have bad news. I can't even say it.
We're unfortunately going to have to see Hammer on camera in the finals next round.
Hammer 2-0 over blue-white control. So Hammer is waiting in the wings for either Chaz Alexander's Jund Creativity or Corey White's Rakdos Scam. All right, what do you think? Is Chaz going to be able to pull this out, or is he going to get scammed again?
Man, this is a really close matchup. I don't know. It's a really close matchup.
It's funny that we talked about you could just make the turn 1 Fury and just beat him to death with that. And that's when I was thinking it would be a 3-3, not a 4-4. 4-4 just cuts an entire turn off of it.
Oh, man. You know what, chat? I did spend some time brushing up on my Modern knowledge. We have had a different rogue deck on camera every round this event, except finally in top 8 we're just some normal decks.
A big part of what we like to do on the coverage here, and we have done for years, is show you as many decks as possible in Modern, because the diversity in Modern is one of the great parts. It makes it real hard to prepare for 24 different decks that you might see, and their slight variations.
Also, I've seen 15 different arts of Lightning Bolt and Blood Crypt.
All right, Corey, again, going back. Corey has decided that if he doesn't have a scam hand, he's putting it back.
Yeah,
he's going to try and scam again.
He's like, I'm not keeping until I got a 1 land, play hands, 1 or 2 lands, and a free spell on turn 1.
Yeah.
That's it.
Free spells are what make the world go round these days. Chaz looks calm, collected, kept his 7, ready to get scammed.
He's like, I've heard your pitch before. I'm not getting scammed again.
There are as many decks as different forests in this tournament, and that's true. That is true.
Here we go.
Terminate, Castle Walk, Thwain, Doffy, Voidwalker.
Couple of Dothies.
It's not a fast hand.
Kept.
There could have been a grief there I didn't see.
Got more than 1 land.
Oh,
but no turn 1 play.
You got to feel good if you're playing against Scam and they don't turn 1 something to you. Yeah, this has been a wonderful tournament. This matchup has been great. I'm glad we're down to game 3 here. And we'll see if Creativity, which was Hal's pick to win the tournament when we walked in the door.
Only because the champ from the last 2 years, Gary Wong, that is the deck he was on this weekend, so I just assumed
he was going to win again.
He was going to win, but it would be impressive if the deck he chose is the one that wins the tournament.
Chaz with multiple lands in hand. I thought I saw the Angel in hand.
Okay.
There was something white. It could have been an alt art that I'm not used to seeing.
It's probably some Thoughtseize art that's just white.
Thoughtseize that's white, Mountain that's black,
Yeah, it's whatever you want.
Oh, now the dice are out of order. It's messing with my OCD.
All right, Bitter
Reunion. Let's discard an Archon. Let's go big or go home right now.
Oh, it's the Angel.
No, it's the Angel. I was right.
Okay.
It was a white card. So that, for those who don't know, because how would you not know every card? That's a Sarah's Emissary. It's a 7/7. When it enters the battlefield, choose a card type. You and creatures you control have protection from the chosen card type. We assume it would be instants.
Yeah.
Would be the choice here.
That'd be my guess.
Yeah. And it would be some justice for Chaz to just persist this on turn 3 after the way he lost game 2.
I can cheat giant things into play too. It's fine. Corey draws a Fury.
I don't see a persist in Chaz's hand.
Okay, decides to
fetch. Do you have a favorite art we've seen this weekend?
Man, I did, probably the Stomping Ground. I think I'm with you. The Stomping Ground is sweet.
The crazy borderless blood moon that was like so foil it was white on the camera. It's the coolest thing that I've seen so far this weekend. Although the inked card you opened when we cracked packs earlier, beautiful art as well. Yes, the other match did finish. Hammer time will be the opponent for one of these people waiting in the finals. We'll get there just as soon as this one wraps up.
Pays 2 for an untapped Blood Crypt. Looks like a Blood Moon.
So we're going to go with another Bitter Reunion.
Yep. And a discard. It's going to be exiled because of the
Dothy Voidwalker.
Yeah. Draw 2. Finds a Lightning Bolt. I think.
Yeah, that's a
yeah. We've seen that
all art
bolt
bolt. We've seen a few times. Clean answer to the Voidwalker. Of course, Corey's just going to untap and slam a Blood Moon here, right?
Yeah.
This is how this is how it's going to go.
That's how it's going to go. What's your favorite Lightning Bolt art?
I own betas.
Okay.
And so I just can't imagine using anything else. But the Judge foil promos that came out are the only time I've ever considered buying a different Lightning Bolt.
I'm a big fan of the Hadokens.
Yeah, those are beautiful. As someone who played a ton of Street Fighter as a kid, those speak to my heart for sure. Come on, get.
Oh man, please.
Play Blood Moon.
It was a basic land.
Play Blood Moon.
The ultimate scam.
Do it. Yeah, the player reward bolts, the promo bolts are beautiful too. These bolts that a bunch of people have been using over the weekend are interesting.
A few times for sure. I think
it's only 2. It's only 2. It's the other Voidwalker.
All right.
Okay.
Fetched basic that is untapped. Main phase plays Voidwalker.
Interesting.
Just got our hopes up for no reason.
Chaz with Bloodstained Mire. He's got a Dwarven Mine in hand. It looks like there is a Persist. And he has the Veil of Summer.
Okay.
But it can't be Persist if he's not going for it, right?
Yeah. All right. Can't quite make out what the draw was this turn. Dash a Ragavan?
Would you dash it here? I mean, I guess it lets you hit for 5.
Yeah.
Cuts Chaz down to 11. Gets you the
treasure.
treasure.
Land exiled.
The way that Corey holds his cards with one of his hands over top makes it real hard to see what he's holding. So he has a bolt.
Yeah. And Chaz has got the creativity. He just doesn't have anything in play yet to target with it. Gonna fetch. That should be exiled.
Even if he gets something in play, creativity is a risky against someone who keeps leaving mountain up.
It's true, yeah.
So you've got to expect a lightning bolt.
You'd really want 2 targets. But that land should be exiled.
Yeah. Bloodstained Mire should be exiled because of the Dothy Voidwalker. We'll tag the coverage or the judge and let him know. Get it fixed. So the mine did get the dwarf. This time the second mine gets another dwarf. And with only 1 mountain up, I think you go for it, right?
There's a treasure too, though.
Oh no, the double.
Sweats.
The double.
Oh, that's brutal.
So it would tap him out to do it for 2.
Yeah. Okay. Answer for 1.
Bolt for 1. Come on, crack the treasure and get the fatal push.
Oh, is there a Oh, no, wait. Well, the Dothi has to tap and sack. Does the Dothi have to tap to sack to cast one of the exiled cards?
Sorry, I'm trying to look at Voidwalker. Yeah, it does have to
Oh,
tap.
okay, okay.
I don't know what's happening here.
Look at a Dwarven Mine again.
Yeah, so the fix that we were trying to let them know is that the Bloodstained Mire should be exiled instead of in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Because there's a Dothi Voidwalker in play, I don't believe it will make a difference. But just a bookkeeping change. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Chaz figured it out. Realized that the Bloodstained Mire should have gone to exile. Wasn't a judge call. We're just fixing something that was done incorrectly because we saw it.
Okay, well, one Archon is going to interplay.
It could be an angel, right?
Oh,
because
yeah.
there are angels in.
Yeah,
so
it is angel. Okay, yeah.
That's where we're going to be. 7/7.
Does that mean
What do you think? Instance?
There's the way we took the Archons out, too.
No,
I think it's
no,
just
no,
all of them?
Just probably has all of them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah, I imagine it's going to be instance.
Any deck that could have Necromancia, right? They may take the Archons instead of taking the Indomitable
Yeah,
Creativity.
you need both.
Because you probably should take Archon first if
Yeah.
that's the only target, because Creativity just doesn't do anything if it's there by itself, whereas Archon you can still hardcast.
Yeah.
So if you get Necromancia, you can still hit
What about the
Angel.
Emrakul?
Yeah, the Emrakul is an option as well.
Terminate. So it was not instant.
Didn't choose instant. Must chose sorcery.
Interesting. Or maybe just went for creature.
Interesting. I mean, we have the blessing of hindsight. We're looking at both deckless
Yeah.
simultaneously making these decisions, but yeah, as it enters the battlefield, so it's not like there was anything there. He chose something else, I guess. And now Corey is going to cast a 7/7.
Oof. Oof.
Is he gonna say instant or is he gonna say creature?
Or sorcery, because you can get creativity in a way too.
Yeah. So if he names creature, it saves it from Archon.
Oh gosh, and a grief follow up.
If he names sorcery, it saves it from creativity. If he names instant, it saves it from terminate. And a Ragavan follow up,
It's like dash Ragavan, get in for 2.
which means Chaz is dead next turn.
Yep. Not sure what the revealed card was off of Ragavan.
Yeah, it doesn't actually. Does Archon say opponent or target? It's target opponent. So it does protect because you can't be targeted, so you can't sack.
Okay, Dwarven Mine.
Well, that'll block the Ragavan and buy you a turn.
It's like 2 persists and something else.
If he has persist, he can just hit the Archon in the graveyard, right? Oh, Dwarven. The dwarf can't block? I didn't actually know that. Don't think it has come up.
Yeah, it can block. It can't?
Yeah, just a 1/1.
Yeah, it can block.